No.
Hello everyone, I'm Tom. I'm 11 years old. Today I want to tell you a story and it called The Three Witches. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter set off for a day's work in the forest. He walked among the trees until he found a great and sturdy oak. I can make many fine boards from such a tall, straight tree, the woodcutter said. Then he took hold of his axe and got ready to chop down the tree. Suddenly, a fairy appeared on the lowest branch of the tree. In a tiny voice, the fairy begged the woodcutter to spare the oak tree. If you let the tree stand, the fairy explained, I will grant you 3 wishes. The woodcutter spread his hands, thought about this for a few moments. Then he agreed to do as the fairy asked and went off to find another tree to cut. At the end of the day, the woodcutter returned home. By then, he had forgotten about the fairy and the 3 wishes she had promised to give him. When he stepped into his cottage, he saw that his wife and set his supper on the table. There was nothing but a bowl of thin butter and a small crunch of bread. The meal disappointed the woodcutter, who was very hungry after a long day's work. Oh, how I wish I had a link of sausage to go with my supper, he delayed. As soon as the woodcutter spoke these words, the sausage appeared on his plate. The woodcutter and his wife were amazed. How did that sausage get here? Asked his wife. For a moment, the woodcutter had no answer. Then he remembered a fairy's promise to grant him 3 wishes. He told his wife what had happened in the forest. Without thinking, his wife replied, What an old fool you are, waste a magical wish on a sausage. I wish that sausage would take to your nose. That will teach you a lesson. Instantly, the sausage flew up from the plate and attached itself to the woodcutter's nose. Oh, no, grabbed the wife. Look what I have done now. She runs to her husband, grabbed hold of the sausage, and yanked on it with all her might. But the sausage stuck tightly to the woodcutter's nose. Finally, a woman sat on the floor, wore out from yucking on the sausage. Oh, what misery is it? She cried. With 3 good choice we could have been as rich as king and lived in luxury all our days. But now we have just 1 wish left, and I know what it must be. Why, the woodcutter began. Don't trouble yourself about me and my nose. Wish for whatever you desire, and you will have it in the blink of an eye. The woodcutter's words reminded his wife of how kind and generous her husband had always been. With a lovely smile, she looked at him and said, I wish for you to have the nose you always had. With those words, the sausage vanished. The woodcutter and his wife smiled at each other and said with relief. Then they ate their manger's supper together.